Good Wednesday afternoon, everybody. Ah, had some tart lemonade. All right, guys, giving an update here. I don't know if I got anybody on here yet or not. Got one viewer on here. Looks like two viewers. There's Darlene. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm gonna down like that. Nice and cool in here. Hope everybody's doing okay today. We had an interesting last few days. Uh, we were in here on Memorial Day. We were opening our fireworks shed on Memorial Day, and I just got through doing a promo for my fireworks store. Yeah, I read that, Sandy. We'll keep Joe in our prayers. But we just got through doing a promo, and about the end of the promo, I started feeling like I was dizzy, like my head was swimming, spinning, and sort of like when you remember when you was a kid and you went around and around and around, and you stopped. That's sort of how I felt. And I had one customer and his grandkid in here, and as soon as I got done, I hit the table there and just about passed out. And I think what happened as soon as my head started spinning, it kicked in a panic attack, and my adrenaline went through the roof. My heart rate did, blood pressure, and we made a trip to the ER. And they checked my heart; it was fine. They checked all my blood levels; blood work was fine. Thank you, Dana. And so we went to the doctor this morning, and she said more than likely it was tied to a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, and so she's going to start treating me for that with some mild medication. That helps my blood pressure. She thinks that's why my blood pressure, my top number is staying up around 140. Bottom number was down in the 80s. So she put me on some kind of mild medication because since Monday up until today, I've just felt jittery, super nervous, and really basically stressed, still stressed out. So we've sort of been quiet, uh, staying around the house, kept everything shut down, and it seemed to have helped some. We're going to see how the medication works. Uh, and we're planning on having an online auction tomorrow night, Thursday night, because bills go on, and we got the fireworks inventory and all the first month bills. So we're going to try to do one Thursday night, an online auction. I sort of stayed away from everything Tuesday. Not really going into a shell, but just trying to stay away from anything that might elevate my stress level. Not saying that you guys do at all, but I want to jump on here and say tomorrow night will be, if everything goes good between now and tomorrow night. Hey George, so tomorrow night we'll have one, and that's we're counting on everything going okay. So far today, so far so good. We've been up here working at the. I've still got a bunch of stuff to put out. I've just sort of been letting sit there for right now. I'm gonna start doing that here in a little bit. Uh, so we're just sort of sitting here looking out the window, talking to you guys too, of course. And I went on Facebook to let everybody know what was going on there. And we're hoping that's all it is. When your head goes to spinning and you feel like you're going to pass out, uh, it's not a real good feeling. And I sort of can't shake that feeling that I had the other day. I don't want a reoccurrence of it. So I'm trying to not get too excited. So that's why I think it'd probably be best to wait till tomorrow night to do an online auction. Yeah, and this lasted a long time. I mean, I've never had an anxiety attack or panic attack that lasted for such a long time period. I mean, this thing has lasted from Monday, even up to right now. Uh, Not as severe, not as bad as it was Monday, but it's not stopped. It's a one long anxiety attack that we've been having for the last several days. And so we're just trying to slow up and relax and sort of chill a little bit. And that's what we've not been doing, pushing ourselves. Uh, but I've never had one that has been drawn out this long a time period. And I guess it's a combination of a lot of things. Usually I can handle stress and stuff pretty dang good without being having too much of anxiety or panic attacks. I'm usually pretty well can fight them off. But this time it wasn't fighting off, and even as we speak now, I can still feel that anxiety. And that's why I'm not going to stay on here very long. I just want you guys to be praying. My sister did get to come home. She's doing her radiation and went for one this morning. She's doing it sort of like an outpatient patient. So she is at home at this time. We're hoping the radiation and the chemo uh, just destroys that cancer. But Darlene, George, everybody that's come on here, we appreciate you a lot. Yeah, they looked at my heart and everything, Nancy. Uh, they did EKG and they did the blood work, see if any enzymes or whatever is raised or white blood cell count. They did all that stuff and everything was okay. I'm sure they checked. I don't know if they check when they do all that blood work if they check magnesium levels or not. But we inherited two things from my mom and my daddy. From my daddy, it wasn't gold or silver or houses and cars or money. It was kidney stones. We inherited kidney stones from my dad. That was hereditary. And we inherited panic, anxiety attacks from my mom. She didn't leave me no heirlooms or anything like that. She left me her panic attacks. I can remember as a child when she had her first major panic attack. I thought she was dying. I was probably 6, 7 years old, and I remember watching the ambulance take her out of there. And I'm thinking, Mama. I asked somebody, was Mama? Oh, all right, got you, Nancy. Well, we're going to go back to the doctor and let them check her cholesterol and all that good stuff here in a week or so. We'll have them to check all that, Nancy. Thank you. Uh, but I remember asking somebody, "Is Mama coming back? She gonna be back?" And that was my first experience with somebody having. And anxiety and panic attacks are different. Anxiety attacks, I think, have triggers. Panic attacks just come out of the blue. Thank you, Nancy. Come up out of the blue. So I don't know if I had both at once and still have them both at once or not, but they put me on. I don't even know what it was. It's not a. I don't think it's a narcotic. It's sort of like a souped up Benadryl. I think that's supposed to help with anxiety when I need them. Hydrozazine, or something like that. And it's supposed to. I took one earlier to see what it do, and it ain't doing a lot of punking right now. Uh, so I told that doctor. He said, "I've got good news for you." He came in and said, "All your blood work's normal. Your EKG's good. Everything is all right." Uh, I said, "You mean I ain't gonna get to say hi to Jesus this evening?" He said, "No, not this evening. I always like to cut up when I go in, cut up with the nurses, cut up with the doctors, and because I know they got a hard job, especially in the ER. I can hear other patients in other rooms and stuff. Some aren't very nice to the doctors and nurses. Always try to put a little levity in there, cut up with them because I know they have a hard time, especially taking care of patients in the ER. But anyway, Thursday night, tomorrow night, we'll have our online auction. You guys be there. We'll try to gather up some good items for tomorrow night's auction, and we'll see how I can handle that. I said, if anybody had any comments, I would say I'm not shaking too bad. Monday now, I was shaking pretty bad. Yeah, it does. Uh, and I've got to realize that because you can go and you can go and you can go and you start this project and that project and your mind's just never resting. You can go home and sleep some at night, but your mind's never resting. Thank you, Dana. Tell Wim I said hello. And yeah, just my mind never rests. Even when I go to sleep, I have dreams that are so real to life. It's like living in a second dimension. Uh, when I wake up and I'm tired. So hope you guys had a good Memorial Day. Got to decorate your flowers. Got to remember all those who gave their life overseas or wherever it might have been in the military. Uh, and you got to see family members. A lot of times during decoration time, it's around Memorial time. It's a time people choose to go ahead and decorate all their family's graves. Usually they get to see kinfolk that seen in a while. So I hope you had a good time with all your kinfolk and your family. Because when it all boils down to it, we can worry about the economic situation. We can worry about inflation. We can worry about high gas prices, high food prices. We can worry about who's in office and things like that. But the bottom line comes down your family's what matters. Make sure your family's okay and your family's loved and that they know they're loved. A lot of times we fail to say I love you to a family member, and you say, well, they know I love them. But sometimes it's good to hear I love you from a brother or sister, even mom and dad, or a daughter and a son. Sometimes uh, that I love you just doesn't come out of their mouth, and it should just slip off your tongue so easy to say I love you to mom. When I was little, I first started first grade. I'd have to say I love you, Mama, before I left for school because we would walk about 2 blocks to school. I would with my older siblings. And if I forgot to say I love you, Mama, I would remember that when I got to school and I would bawl and I would cry and I would throw a fit until they had to call Mama or go get Mama. I don't even think we had a phone then. They'd have to go have her to come to school so I could say I love you, Mama. Then I'd be all right. And I never did let that get away from me. And there for years and years, I couldn't say I love you to my dad. I just couldn't get it out there. And then finally, I got to the point where I could say I love you to my dad, and I'm glad I did. And we all just need to remember that. Sometimes our kids, everybody, thinking, well, they know I love them, but, it's good for your kids to hear, I love you, honey. I love you. Before you go to bed, when you get up in the morning. And it's good for parents to hear from their children. I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. I appreciate all you've ever done for me. And sometimes words, they go a long way to helping moms and dads that may be struggling with different things, or even children that are struggling with different things at school. Just to know they got a mom and dad that loves them at home, waiting for them at home, and that means a lot. So I guess that's my word for today. Tell everybody that you love them. Yeah, used to I wouldn't do that like with Dana and Wim there. I never would say I love you to just friends and stuff, but I've got to here in the past several years. I tell my friends I love them just like I would, a family member, like Dana and Wim. When they leave up there, I say, "Love you guys," and they'll say, "Love you back." And I think that's what this world needs a lot more of. Is love, just kindness and love. I've seen it so much in the last year, just bitterness and people being ill, people being rude, and no love there, no love whatsoever. And sometimes somebody needs lifting up. Everybody can't be in the greatest of spirits all the time. They can't be up all the time. They can't be smiling all the time. Sometimes they just need to hear a friend say, "I love you. I appreciate you." And those few little words can walk many miles with that person, many miles, many days, even sometimes years. People can remember back when so and so said you was having a bad day, and they saw you on the street, and they said, "Hey, I love you, man. I appreciate you." And then several years down the road, you still remember that one certain day you was feeling bad, and that particular man, woman, just out of the blue, said that. So words can walk a long way. Words can live many, many years. So I'm going to get off here and try to relax a little bit. I guess I'll work a little bit and put some of this stuff up. We got the Excaliburs in, the Grizzlies in. These adult snaps now, guys. This is the way I've been relaxing a little bit today. These adult snaps, they're little bitty red like firecrackers. You don't got a lot of them. You throw them down on the sidewalk or the pavement, and they sound just like a real firecracker. So I've been out there sort of, that's stress reliever, popping them firecrackers until they call the law on me up here. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. I'll see you guys Thursday night. Let everybody know that you can. I don't think we can share this YouTube video. It doesn't work like Facebook. We can just share it all over the place. So let everybody know that you can, and appreciate everybody for prayers. We are feeling better. Hopefully, we'll be all ready to rock and roll tomorrow night. And I don't know, might get a twist out of me tomorrow night. Who knows? That's right, Nancy. Love y'all too, Dana. Love everybody. But that's right, Nancy. It's things we need to teach our kids. Even my grandson, who's only 3, Junior Whitney the third. Me and him got on my riding lawnmower here a couple of weeks ago. And, I let him drive it, and I sat behind him. And he drove right down to we live about a block away from Dollar Tree. And me and him got off that lawnmower. He goes in there and gets him some candy. But I was teaching him. I said, "You hold this door for these ladies." So he held that door for them ladies coming in, and I told him, I said, always hold doors for the ladies. Keep that door open for the ladies, elderly people and stuff, and just be polite. He done his head like this, so we need to teach our kids. That's one thing. Mannerism is out the window anymore. A gentleman holding the door open for his wife. Opening the car door. That's something I fail to do. I need to do more of. It makes that ladies feel special. They are special. Her husband and her wives are special. And to open that door for her sometime or another, you don't have to do it all the time. Just open it every once in a while for them. Make them feel like a queen because they are a queen. Or having mannerisms saying yes, ma'am, or yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir. teaching our kids just manners. You know, holding the door open for somebody, letting somebody go first. If you're in a shopping store, I mean, in a supermarket, there's somebody behind you just got a few items. We always try to say, "Y'all go ahead in front of us," and it's just mannerism, and that mannerism spreads into love and kindness. And that's what we try to adhere to. And I know I'm not always the best at it. I'm not always the most goodest at it, but we try. We really do. And after the selection, I probably felt, and I don't like feeling this. A lot of things went on during the election, and I felt bitterness towards some people. I did, and I'm really trying to stomp that out. Really trying to pray about it. It's just something I guess goes with the territory, and I'm not used to feeling that kind of bitterness or that kind of ill feelings towards people. So I just keep working on it, and I keep working on it, and I'll stomp that stuff out too, with the help of the good Lord. So God bless y'all. See y'all tomorrow night, Uncle Jed's live auction show tomorrow night at 7 o'clock.